Okay, so this is BB40 back again. This is number 3 in my series of videos I'm going to do for the new and not so better zombie rush that we have to live with now. It's they've changed the way the zombies attack you. They changed their I don't know, their method of zeroing in on you and tracking you. So the whole tracking system is kind of messed up now. And here you can see, this is a forest map where all the trees are the same. Forest number 1, and I like this corner over here. This is what I choose for my strategy, and I think it would work great with a group of players working together, especially if one of you have a nuke launcher, the new nuke launcher. You just shoot it right in the middle of these zombies. You see, they all just come straight at you, right up that clearing in front of you or to the left. So there's only 2 directions they're coming from that you have to worry about and cover, and you have that one spawn. So it'd be good to have someone with a band hammer. As you're going to see, a very nasty brute's going to pop out of there. I'm not going to be able to kill him with my paint gun, so I'm going to have to pull out my hammer and knock him away so I can live to play another round here, another wave. And here he is here, a nice amethyst. And he hits me and I just knock him away and go back to my shooting. And so fortunately I had the band hammer to be able to do that and knock him away. Or a nuke gun would kill him or knock him away too. That's the funny thing, the nuke guns don't kill the brutes in the first shot, especially an amethyst. You'll have to hit that amethyst like 7 or 8 times before he'd actually die with a nuke weapon. Even a lot of the normal brutes, they just get knocked away and they come right back, and they usually die in the second hit. So, but anyway, this is what I like here, my personal choice for a strategy in the forest here. Just 2 directions, to your left, like that, and straight ahead, up that little clearing. And they all just funnel in there. You can see them all heading to that clearing. They all come from the right and from the left. They all just head right down there. If you had, like I said, a couple players, with some strong weapons, preferably staffs, paint guns, maybe blow dryers, you can reach, the staff could reach all the way across the map. So you could pick those guys up on the ridge over there across the way before they even get here. And you can keep the numbers under control. And if you have someone with a nuke launcher, you'll be all set. They just keep shooting right there in that clearing and just keep clearing them out. So I do this when I'm on my own. This is a solo run. When I do it on my own, I stay here till I'm in the wave, somewhere in the 60s, maybe about 65. Just depends on how fast they start coming, if I feel like I'm going to get overwhelmed. And then what I do is I just take off to the left and I just run the perimeter. And how that works is you just keep running and shooting behind you. Now, one thing I've noticed, and I'll point it out here when we get to the higher waves, is that the zombies, the little guys anyway, they get confused when they get close to you. There's no longer have to deal with the reach. In the old zombie rush, they would be able to reach out and hit you from a whole body length away. They'd be hitting you and killing you. But now they have to actually get right on top of you. They actually have to touch you now. So when you're running, it's almost as if the little guys, when they get right up on your back, they get their feet tangled up in your feet and they start stumbling. And they don't hit you, which is, a great thing for us as players. We can live a lot longer now when we just run from them. You just keep running, just keep moving, and the little guys have a really hard time hitting you and killing you. But it's not the same for the brutes. I've had the brutes right on my butt, and they will hit you pretty quickly if they get close to you. So you still have to keep your distance from the brutes. So anyway, this is basically it. Now the spawn where we come in is off to the right in that far right corner. So what I basically do, I just when I spawn in, I just run over here to this corner off to the left, and set up my position here, and stay here, like I said, till about wave 60 minimum, sometimes as much as wave 70, and then I'll start running. And I'll just keep running around the perimeter. Now you can do it a couple ways. You can run, as you'll see here in about a minute or two, I take off. I run straight, looking straight ahead, so I shoot anything that spawns in front of me or shows up in front of me, and just keep shooting behind. And here I go. We're at wave 63, so like this, you just keep shooting behind you, taking them out as you see them, as they come into view. Just keep shooting them. And I can usually do this if I were to just pay attention and give it a good go. I can get into well past wave 100, usually past wave 120, and even further sometimes. And the other thing that helps is to have a speed coil. So when you get to above wave 100, the zombies are coming much quicker, and they tend to pile up behind you. And occasionally you need to engage that speed coil and get yourself a little bit of distance and regroup, and then start shooting again. So having a speed coil is a big plus, and it's only a $2 game pass, so it's not that bad. But it helps a lot in a lot of maps. It's a very good tool, a good secondary weapon, you could say, to have in the game, along with the regen coil is also really good. And the combination of the two, if you want to search back through my other videos, you'll see a video where I'm in the bio lab, and I teach you how to use the speed coil with your guns at the same time. There's a trick that you can do where you start off with the speed coil, and when you're running around with the speed coil, you simply switch to your regen coil. And when the wave changes, you will still have your speed and you can select your guns. But the tricks to that is you have to be above wave 92, and you also have to die once or reset in the game before that trick will work. So those are the only two caveats, the two rules of the speed coil trick. You have to be above wave 92 and you have to die in the game. So, but back to this one. Again, I see I'm just running around the outer perimeter. And to see the zombies to the right, they just kind of fall in line behind. And you just take them out behind you. Well, if you got time, you can shoot them as they're coming up on the right. And you see I'll take a few of them out. As I see them off to the right, I'll just shoot them and take them out. So this is it. In a nutshell, a good strategy. And another thing you can do, too, you can even run backwards if you want to. You can just turn around and just shoot them. Look at all the brutes lined up back there. I must have a dozen of them back there. So yeah, I do this too. In a little bit, you'll see. I'll just turn around and just run the whole perimeter backwards, running back. Now the bad thing about this is you don't see what's in front of you, what's coming up ahead of you, and you can end up running right into a brute. So generally, I think it's safer to keep looking forward and shooting whatever shows up in front of you. Although looking backwards, you might find it more fun. See all those zombies and brutes coming at you. You can just keep shooting them as you're running backwards. Or running away from them, looking backwards. So anyway, so I tried searching this map like I did a lot of other maps to try to find a safe spot where zombies would collect in a bunch next to you and you could just sit there and shoot them. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite do it. I mean, I tried probably 20 or 30 different trees in this map, and every time the zombies eventually would jump up on the trees and get me. So, I mean, there's a couple trees that you can make it to about wave 80 or so before they start, getting really active and fast and jumping up on you. But I could not find a spot that would just, go on and on and on. So maybe some of you guys have found a tree or a spot that's considered a safe spot where you can just stand and the zombies would not attack you. But I haven't found it yet, not in this map. So this is my strategy, to just run. You just keep running around and around the outer perimeter until you get as far as you can. And like I said, there's two different ways you can do it. Just keep running straight ahead like I am right here and shooting backwards, or picking them off on the sides and picking them off in front of you as they show up. And the other option is to turn around and look backwards and run. Keep running away from them, but looking backwards and shooting them off in the distance as they're coming up on you. Which is a little bit more dangerous. It's more fun, but it's more dangerous because the zombies will, eventually you'll end up running right into a brute. You won't see it coming if you're not looking ahead of you. But yeah, this is weird how the zombies, you start to see now, they're getting up right close to me. And it's almost as if their feet are getting tangled up in my feet, my legs, and they don't hit me. And I'll have a bunch of them right on top of me, and I'm not taking any hits. And this is, for us, it's a good thing. It's like they get almost confused or distracted or knocked off balance, and they lose their tracking for an instant. But it's enough to keep them from hitting us. So there's no more No more zombie reach. They don't hit you from a long distance away anymore. They have to get right on you and hit you directly right on top of you. So here I'm just going to keep running backwards for a little bit and just shoot them off in the distance and off to the sides. And we'll see it again here shortly. I'll show you again when I get a bunch of zombies on top of me and they just like stumbling over each other. I even get a zombie hat. And I'm not taking any hits though, which is good. And it's just all part of this new zombie tracking system that they installed in the game, which has really benefited us as players quite a bit because it makes the zombies, you know, more predictable and easier to kill, easier to gather in locations, and harder for them to hit us if we keep moving. And that's something I always try to do in any game that any Zombie Rush map or game that I've played in the past, is to keep moving. It's I've always found it very helpful in living longer in the game, to keep the zombies, because you just stand still, they find you and they track you. So there's a there's a case where I did not see a brute in front of me as I was running forwards, and he almost got me there. So that's the danger of running in backwards, looking backwards, and while you're running, is you don't see what's coming up in front of you. So let's see if I show you what I mean when I get a whole bunch of zombies on top of me. And if you do get, like I said, it's good to have the speed coil. But here you can see they're getting very close, a whole group of them right on top of me, and I'm not taking any hits. So I put my speed coil on, and there they are, another group right on top of me, just kind of bouncing off of me, and getting like really confused and don't know what to do, how to hit me. So anyway, this is my video for the forest, my strategy that I run now. And again, if anybody else has found a safe spot, or a spot where you can get the zombies to gather off in the distance, let me know. You write it in the comments, and I really would like to know that location, because I haven't found it yet myself. I found a lot of them in a lot of other maps, but this one is still eluding me. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and check out my other ones. Like I say, I'm going to go through each map and give a strategy for each one. I've already done the other forest and Mars, and hope you like those too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and see you later. Bye.